Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession to begin.
singing of O Canada will be led by Mr. George Cho and Ms. Samantha Allen, members of the graduating class, along with Jay Woon Yong, kinesiology student, and Paula Broderick, daughter of an SFU staff. Thank you, and please be seated. I declare the June 2008 Convocation assembled for the granting of degrees. Mr. President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty, honored guests, graduate, and friends. My name is Brant Louie, and I am the Chancellor of this university. This is our 43rd annual Convocation, and we are delighted and honored to have in attendance today a number of distinguished guests on the platform and in the audience. A very special welcome is given to Dr. Nancy McKinstry, the Chair of our Board of Governors. I am also pleased to welcome our audience from around the world joining us via the internet. Welcome to you all. This morning, an honorary doctorate of science will be conferred on Nellie Ellsberg. Honored guests, graduates and families, friends of the university, faculty and staff, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to Simon Fraser University's Spring 2008 Convocation Ceremony, and to join you, your family, friends, and the members of our faculty who have supported and encouraged you on this important journey in celebration of this important achievement and milestone. As you stand here today on the threshold of your future, shoulder to shoulder with your fellow graduates, this Convocation ceremony joins you to a proud tradition and history. It connects you not only to the past, but also with the generation of students still to come. Today, we celebrate this important achievement, and we also look forward to your futures and the opportunities that have been made possible by your commitment and hard work. When you selected Simon Fraser University, you chose to belong to a very proud and unique institution. This university set out to be different from the very beginning. In fact, it was born to be different. From its very start, Simon Fraser University defied conventional wisdom. They said it couldn't be done, but it took only 30 months for us to evolve from the original bold new idea of creating an innovative campus to the reality of an almost finished academic quad with only 3 sides and 2,500 chartered students. You see, Simon Fraser University has never been a follower of conventional wisdom. We're leaders and pioneers. We're innovators and creators of new knowledge and experience, which is why that small instant university has grown to more than 24,000 students, more than 1,000 faculty, and almost 100,000 alumni worldwide. Our university is host to some of the world's brightest minds who are constantly pushing the boundaries of knowledge. The Simon Fraser student who have stood here where you stand today, participating in the same ceremony, are today helping the world cope with the shifting economies, battling climate change, and resolving global health issues. Today, you join our university's nearly 100,000 alumni as our ambassador. You join our network of graduates who are inspiring youth, inventing world firsts, awakening social consciousness, and leading companies worldwide. As you face the future, some of you may be concerned about the many seemingly insurmountable challenges that lie ahead for your generation. Global warming, depleting energy resources, expanding technology, unstable world politics, global pandemics, government debt, and the AIDS crisis in Africa, and the increase in global terrorism. We are inundated with headlines, commentary, and predictions about the future that can be terrifying. And yet, if we look to our history, we will find that every generation has had to face similar challenges and similar fears. I graduated in the 1960s, the same decade this university was first founded, in the 60s. We experienced at that time Vietnam, the Cold War, the fear of nuclear Armageddon, and the assassination of some of the most inspiring leaders of our time, those like John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. It was a turbulent time, and the challenges facing young people looking to shape their futures could understandably seem overwhelming. But the 60s also gave us space travel, the human heart transplant, civil rights and rock and roll. It gave us the ocular implant, the automatic bank teller, and the LED. It was a time of reinvention and rebirth. It was an era where an entire generation found a new voice. It was in many ways a watershed decade for our social and cultural evolution. It has been said that brilliant opportunities are often cleverly disguised as unsolvable problems. We live in interesting times, and many of the challenges facing your generation appear to be unsolvable problems. But within these problems lie those brilliant opportunities to which we all aspire. One of the last remaining undiscovered frontiers is space, and it is in our historical, unrelenting determination to conquer the endless challenges of space exploration that best illustrates mankind's insatiable drive for discovery and learning. Since the first manned mission to space in the 1960s, our day-to-day lives have been filled with commercial and medical spin-offs from space-based technology. Cordless power tools and appliances are commonplace. Dialysis machines, CAT scans, and MRI equipment save lives. Variations in water purification technology invented for the Apollo spacecraft are being used to kill bacteria, viruses, and algae in community water supply systems. Extraordinary inventions are now commonplace as part of our ordinary day-to-day lives, as is the memory of the exceptional scientists and inventors who created them. Felix Schilling, an American educator in the early part of the last century, once said, "True education creates inequality, the inequality of individuality, the inequality of success, the glorious inequality of talent, of genius, inequality, not mediocrity, individual superiority, not standardization, is the measure of progress in the world." You stand here today because you have prepared yourself for the future. You have invested in learning so that we can take full advantage of the opportunities that lie ahead. And you have hopefully found the true education that will harness your talents, inspire your potentials, and afford you the wonderful inequality of success that ensures progress for our communities and our future. In closing, I'd like to leave you with the words of Horizon Martin, a scholar and author, who said, "The golden opportunities you are seeking is in yourself. It is not in your environment. It is not in luck or chance or even in the help of others. It is inside yourself alone." We look forward to adding your achievements and success to our already robust reputations. Congratulations and thank you. I now call on the president of our university, Dr. Michael Stevenson.
Mr. Chancellor, thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to add my warm welcome on this chilly and foggy day. I hope that you will recognize that the bagpipes sound better in the fog, that you will make liberal use of the SFU issued blanket, and that the warmth of this occasion will make up for the chill. Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, this is your day, and we are here to celebrate your success. Each of you has much to be proud of. After much hard work, and in most cases after some struggle along the way, you have earned your degree from one of the leading universities in Canada. And because of the strength of your faculty members and fellow students at SFU, you leave here today as one of the best university graduates in this country. We know that as SFU students, you have learned a great deal about your specialized fields in the Faculty of Science and in the Faculty of Arts and Social Science. We also know that you have satisfied the most demanding breadth requirements outside of your specialization, and we know that as a result of studying at a major research university, you have been exposed to the methods and practice of leading-edge research. As a result, you can engage in truly independent thinking and creative problem-solving rather than passively accepting what others preach or teach. But in addition to these benefits of your degrees, I hope that you have learned as much from the extracurricular life of this university. I hope, for example, that you have learned the great benefits of living in a community that celebrates, as we do, diversity and inclusion, and that you never cease to value the openness and tolerance of disagreement which is so much a part of SFU and which makes a multinational, multicultural, multilingual society possible, as well as so stimulating and creative. I hope that you have also learned at SFU the value and necessity of thinking of the world, as our tagline says we do, that you have grasped how lucky we are to live in this gateway to Asia, where the most momentous changes in history are taking place, that you have sensed the futility in North America of resisting these changes and of insisting on a unilateral dominance of the world, and that you have embraced as Canadians our country's historic role in expanding the scope of international law, international peacekeeping, and the responsibility to protect those who suffer from the most extreme abrogation of human rights. I hope that you have also learned from the strategic changes that have taken place at SFU while you have been here. That you have learned, for example, from debates over the establishment of our new Faculty of Health Sciences, the urgency of balancing the costly preoccupation with the medical care of sickness, important though that obviously is, with a deep commitment to those policies and interventions which prevent disease and which promote public and population health. I hope that you have learned from similar debates over the establishment of a new Faculty of Communications, Art and Design that we must balance the preoccupation with applied science and technology with the recognition that there are other fields which are as fundamental to the creative economy and to the quality of life. And I hope that you have learned from our debates in forming a new Faculty of the Environment that we must move from denial in the absence of certainty to action in the face of abundant evidence for human-induced climate change and environmental crisis. In conclusion, I hope that when you look back at your time at SFU, You will remember not only the detailed knowledge that you have mastered in order to get your degrees today, but that you remember the big issues that confronted Canada and the world while you were here, the leadership that SFU gave in tackling those issues, and the obligation of SFU graduates to continue tackling such issues for the rest of your lives. Our university crest declares, "Nous sommes prêts," and you are now truly prepared and ready. Congratulations on your success at SFU. Thank you for all you have contributed to this university, and thank you for what you will contribute as graduates of SFU in the wider world. Our very best wishes to you for your future success and happiness. Congratulations to you all.
The honorary degree will now be conferred. Mr. President, will you present the honorary degree candidate, Dr. Alsberg?
Stand a bit to the right, in case I bang you away. Okay. Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Nellie Auersberg. Dr. Auersberg is one of those exceptional individuals who discover their purpose early in life and, to the great good fortune of society, pursue it with vision and passion. She is one of Canada's preeminent scientists, a scholar, researcher, and teacher who has made seminal contributions to women's health and to cancer research. Born in Austria, she escaped to the former Yugoslavia with her family just before the Anschluss. She enrolled in medical school at the University of Zagreb and subsequently completed her medical training at the University of Washington. After then completing a PhD in cell biology at the University of British Columbia, she assumed a position there in 1968. Since then, Nellie Auersberg's quest has been truly remarkable. She received her first Canadian Cancer Society research grant in 1974, and today, more than 30 years later, her work is still funded by that society. Her pioneering investigations have greatly advanced knowledge of the development of gynecological cancers. Much of her research has focused on the early detection of ovarian cancer. And most recently, she and her team have made a groundbreaking discovery that may lead to the development of clinical markers for the early detection of pre-neoplastic lesions in women at high risk of developing ovarian or breast cancer. With that generosity of spirit that is the hallmark of the finest scientists, she has shared her knowledge with peers, students, and the community. A prolific author, she has published 177 articles in refereed journals and authored 11 book chapters. She has mentored more than 60 graduate and postgraduate students, many of whom are now conducting critical research of their own. She has received many honors for her exceptional contributions, including the Terry Fox Award and the Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award from the Society for In Vitro Biology. In 2003, BC Women's Hospital and Health Centre established the Nellie Auersberg Award in Women's Health Research, and in 2007, UBC recognized her with its Faculty of Medicine's Lifetime Achievement Award. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of this university, I ask that you now confer upon Dr. Nellie Auersberg the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Nellie Auersberg, by virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Dr. Auersberg will be hooded by Dr. Bill Crane, Associate Vice President Academic, and Ms. Kate Ross, Registrar.
Just turn and face the audience, please. And if you could remove your hat, remove it. Just pause for a moment for pictures. your hat back on and shake the Chancellor's hand. Congratulate you as well. Thank you. We'll just stage right here and you're going to sign our convocation. Go back to your seat for a moment. Oh.
It is with pleasure that I now call on Dr. Nellie Auersberg for her convocation address. Dr. Auersberg?
Well, this is really a great occasion in my life. I'm very, very happy to be here. And I would like to thank the Senate of Simon Fraser University, President Stevenson, and Chancellor Louis for awarding me this very great honor. I am really extremely grateful and happy about it. I'm also delighted to have this opportunity to meet, even over a distance, so many of you, the students, because I think that we have something very important in common. We all love science, and we have chosen science as our career. Now, of course, there are many kinds of science, and within each discipline, there are many, many career opportunities. But I think that people who like science tend to have certain attributes in common. We tend to be curious. We like to know how things are put together and how they work. And when I say things, I believe I include biological systems, galaxies, all the many, many things that science encompasses. And many of us also tend to see beauty in weird places, in a worm or in a drop of water or in some special star, or maybe even in a mathematical equation. So I want to congratulate you on your career choice, but you should realize that when I do so, I am really totally biased. My professional life has been to do biomedical research, and I found it a wonderful life, so exciting that I'm having a very hard time quitting, although I'm supposed to because I'm old. Now, I'm sure that you realize that with the degree that you're going to get today come quite a few social privileges. It will allow you to get better jobs, higher pay, a wider choice of opportunities, and last but not least, your education at Simon Fraser University will have made you a more knowledgeable and more interesting person. But you always have to keep in mind that new privileges come with new responsibilities, and these have to be taken very seriously. I have always felt that I had no business taking advantage of my education and the resulting opportunities without giving something back to the society that made it all possible. Because I think you should keep in mind that in many parts of the world, some of you may have never achieved what you achieved today because of economic, social, cultural, or other reasons. So I think we should be truly grateful. And I want to end this speech with two wishes. My first wish is that I hope that your jobs will be your hobbies. They should be fun and exciting and not only a way to make a living. Whether this will happen or not will in part, of course, depend on your attitude and the way you look at life in general. My second wish is that you will use at least some of your knowledge and talents to help solve the many problems that currently exist in this world. And you can do this, of course, in many ways, through service, through teaching, making new discoveries, giving money. The opportunities are endless. And don't ever think that because you're just one average person, you can't make a difference. Very few people in history have made great contributions single-handedly. I assume Galileo may have been one such person. Darwin was not, because he was helped by his friends at Oxford, so it wasn't single-handed. I think that if many of us each contribute in just a small way, together we can really make a very big difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Arsberg. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of the graduating ceremony, the graduates will be presented with a pin from the Alumni Association of SFU as they leave the stage. And on this occasion, the pin will be presented by the president of the Alumni Association, Dr. Alan Maynard, who earned a Bachelor of Sciences in 1970 and a Master of Science degree in Environmental Science in 1972. In fact, I think not yet a doctorate. As founder of ASL Analytical Laboratories Limited, Alan received the SFU Outstanding Alumni Award for Professional Achievement in 1995. As I said, he is currently the president of the SFU Alumni Association, and I'm delighted to ask him to the podium to bring greetings to the graduates. Alan?
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Alumni Association, it is my privilege and pleasure to congratulate you all on your graduation today. Today, as you begin your lives as members of the alumni community, you join almost 100,000 SFU graduates worldwide. As you cross the stage today, I will be presenting a pin just over here to you. I encourage you to wear this pin proudly as a symbol of your achievement and your alumni status. Wherever life takes you in the future, we hope that you will keep the SFU spirit alive and well, and that you will stay connected to your alma mater and your fellow alumni. Again, my warmest congratulations to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Maynard. Before the graduates are presented individually to the Chancellor, Mr. Rob Drapala, a member of the graduating class, will address Convocation. Rob Drapala is one of our most outstanding students. He is an award-winning molecular biology student who has just earned the Alexander Graham Bell Graduate Scholarship and has been accepted at Oxford University to study cancer immunology. He is a 7-time NAIA All-American in men's track and field and has been our team captain for the past 2 years. Also, while at SFU, he completed 2 co-op terms, volunteered with SFU International, and participated in the academic exchange program attending university in Istanbul, Turkey. Mr. Drapala will be graduating with an honors degree in molecular biology and biochemistry and business administration with a grade point average of 4.0. I'm delighted to call upon Rob Drapala. Mr. Drapala.
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson. So, our time here at school has eclipsed us so fast. It's a shame if just books are what make up our past. The distractions from school are what kept us all sane, so let's take a short walk down campus memory lane. It was early '08 when midterms were a go, but going we were not because we were trapped on campus in the snow. Some students grabbed friends, found support in their brother, but most just grabbed snow and turned on each other. Our era has changed, much to our professors' chagrin, for it's the 21st century and us students are plugged in. We're in class, laptop open, checking pics on Facebook. Professor drown out from our iPod's base hook. We've seen Frosh Fest, movie sets, and big campus expansion. We got to see Keanu Reeves, but came up short on Ted Danson. For all that we've seen through the sun, rain, and snow, class of '08, today is our show. As Dr. Stevenson said, today is our special day. Many of us go through life winning small battles or making small achievements or accomplishing short-term goals that we set out for ourselves. While those successes along the way are rewarding, rarely do we get an entire day set aside to reflect on one main achievement. But today isn't set aside for just another small achievement. Today, we officially become more educated than 80% of Canada's population. We earn the same educational standing as Bill Cosby. And we earn the right to say we completed a degree that even Bill Gates started but never completed. Today is the time to be proud of what we'd accomplished. We took an incredible task, navigated the course as it came, pushed through the hard parts, and completed what we set out to do. All of these personal qualities and experiences learned from our time at SFU will be used to pursue the future. I personally, like many of us, am still searching, or I'm unsure of my future career, and I'm still searching for opportunities that will lead down a rewarding path. The good news is we have a good problem to have. Our future looks bright. Regardless of our GPA or the number of credits we took, there is plenty of opportunity out there for people who have proven to be able to think analytically and critically. The problems involved with climate change require science brains. The global food crisis needs science brains. The rapid development of technology needs science brains. And yes, let's not forget that the leadership necessary to guide these science brains needs general studies brains. So with a plethora of opportunity and things we can do as university graduates, also come three things we now cannot do. Now it breaks my heart that we can no longer do these things, because everyone does them and I'm going to be lost without them. So the first thing that we can no longer do as university graduates is say the word ain't. Ain't must be removed from our vocabulary from this day on, unfortunately. So no more, hey Harvey, Professor Northwood's exams ain't easy. We're educated, we're intelligent, and even though most of us are science students, we'll still be able to come up with a substitution for the world's most uneducated sounding word. The second thing we can't do as university graduates is we can no longer pretend we're unprepared or just lucky. We've all done it in class, the old, I haven't studied and I'm going to fail. Outside of school, we're expected to be prepared, be good at what we do, and be knowledgeable enough to not have to fly by the seat of our pants. From now on, when we're asked, hey, are you ready for this presentation? The answer has to be, of course, I'm ready to go, regardless of how little you know or how not ready you actually are. The third thing we can no longer do is visit our old high schools. We're officially too old. Too old to say hi to the old teachers, and our old friends just aren't there. It doesn't matter if you're the top academic student, the most popular kid, or a captain of the debate team, that place has changed, and now you can only go back for your 10-year reunion or if you're an invited speaker. So with our newfound responsibility and our seat of opportunity, I'll leave us today with some words of reflection. We've done it, pulled through with determination and will. We finally are graduates of the school on the hill. a long time coming and not a moment too late, attached to our name will now be SFU 2008. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Drapler. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. Will the graduates please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University, and I request that you confer upon each one the degree for which he or she is now recommended.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees. Will the graduates please be seated?
The members of the graduating class will now be presented individually to the Chancellor, but before they are, just a few words about procedure. Would you please refrain from applauding the individual members of the graduating class until each group of degrees has been conferred, although this obviously does not forbid spontaneous outbursts of enthusiasm. As a courtesy to others, will you please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony, and would the graduates please return to their seats following receipt of your degrees. The degrees in the Faculty of Science and the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences will now be conferred. Mr. Chancellor, the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. John Driver, will announce the names of the candidates for graduate degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Science. The candidates will be hooded by Dr. Michael Plischke, Dean of the Faculty of Science. The first candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is the recipient of the Dean of Graduate Studies Convocation Medal in Science. And I ask Dr. Julie Lefebvre to join me. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dean of Graduate Studies awards a Convocation Medal to the top graduate student in each faculty. Students are nominated by their faculty, and the award is made by a committee of professors and students. The winner of the medal in the Faculty of Science is Dr. Julie Lefebvre, Department of Chemistry, supervised by Dr. Daniel Lesnov. Dr. Lefebvre completed her PhD in chemistry in the fields of inorganic chemistry and materials science. Her research has been extensively published through 12 articles in scientific journals, and she has also received patents for her work. She is the recipient of numerous scholarships, as well as many prizes for the best presentations at conferences. Dr. Lefebvre, in recognition of your achievements as a graduate student and as a researcher, I'm pleased to present you with the Dean of Graduate Studies Convocation Medal. Mr. Chancellor, I now continue with the presentation of the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Science. Dr. Gregory Setnarowski, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Gary Leach. Dr. Christiana Ling Yu Cheng, Department of Biological Sciences, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Inigo Novales Flaminenque. Dr. Terry Gordon. Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Steve Holdcroft. Dr. Brian Gorodetsky, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Neil Branda. Dr. Joel Heath, Department of Biological Sciences, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Ron Eidenberg. Dr. Ivan Hemian, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Andrew Bennett. Dr. Jingbo Huang, Department of Biological Sciences, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Glenn Tibbetts. Dr. Weiyang Zhang, Department of Physics, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Simon Watkins. Dr. Thomas Johansson, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Gary Leach. Dr. Edward Leung, Department of Molecular Biology and Biochemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Dipankar Sen. Dr. Yong Liu, Department of Molecular Biology and Biochemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Dipankar Sen. Dr. Victor London, Department of Molecular Biology and Biochemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Michelle LaRue. Dr. Marianeva Montero, Department of Molecular Biology and Biochemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Jamie Scott. Dr. Maria Nikolic Jaric, Department of Physics, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Michael Wartis. Dr. Marianne Rogers, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Stephen Holdcroft. Dr. Adina Rojubali, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Erica Pletner. Dr. Maxence Salomon, Department of Biological Sciences, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Bernard Reutberg. Dr. Jennifer Schmeisser, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Stephen Holdcroft, Department of Chemistry. Dr. Susan Sanger, Department of Biological Sciences, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Bernard Reutberg. Dr. David Sood, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Neil Brander. Dr. Simon Trudel, Department of Chemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Ross Hill. Dr. Ninka Van Houten, Department of Molecular Biology and Biochemistry, Senior Supervisor, Dr. Jamie Scott. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the candidate for the degree of Master of Environmental Toxicology in the Faculty of Science. Rick Lee. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the candidate for the degree of Master of Pest Management in the Faculty of Science. Gagandeep Hiha. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in the Faculty of Science. Michael Adams. Gholam Reza Babajani. Nicola Cook. Patricia Yaramillo. Christopher Kowalchuk. Agnes Kwok. Michelle Lee. Sherry Liang. Feng Li. Jian Feng Liu. Dejan Milidragovic. Daniel Tse Ting Sit. Michael Taves. Huan Wu.
Mr. Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Michael Plischke, will announce the names of the candidates for undergraduate degrees in his faculty.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting the candidates for degree of Bachelor of Science in the Faculty of Science. The first candidate is the recipient of the Dean's Convocation Medal for undergraduate studies in the Faculty of Science. I ask Mr. Joel Zilberberg to come forward. Joel Zilberberg came to SFU from Sudbury on a Gordon Shrum entrance scholarship. He graduates today with an honours degree in physics and an overall grade point average of 4.22 and many grades of A+ in physics, mathematics, chemistry, archaeology and philosophy courses. He is already an accomplished researcher with 4 refereed publications to his credit and several conference presentations. Joel has also been heavily involved in extracurricular activities. For example, he is the founder of the Computer Literacy Education Outreach Program in association with Engineers Without Borders and was co-chair of the Canadian Undergraduate Physics Conference held at SFU last year. Joel was the only Canadian student to win the prestigious Fulbright International Science and Technology Award valued at $180,000. He will use the scholarship to continue his studies in experimental cosmology at the University of California, Berkeley. And we look forward to following his career as a researcher in this frontier area of science. Mr. Zilberberg, in recognition of your outstanding academic achievements, it is an honor to present to you the Dean's Convocation Medal for undergraduate studies in the Faculty of Science. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Mr. Chancellor, I now present the remaining candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Bahare Abazi, Kamal Abdul Wahab, Arseni Akuni, Alexandra Albrecht, Rajesh Ardawa, Olga Arzovska, Baram Barami, Sukhdeep Bains, Elizabeth Baird, Erin Bambry, Erin Bolster, Benjamin Bonzio, Anthony Brimo, Michael Briza, Lindsay Brown, Chian Kao, Dijuan Chen, Aaron Chan, Cynthia Chan, Danny Chan, David Chan, Florence Chan, Kai Chan, Michael Chan, Tayu Daisy Chen, Shuwei Chen, Yuicheng Cheng, Eddie Cheung, Wingching Chung, Daniel Chiang, Jie-Chi Chiang, Raymond Chiang, Angela Chim, Christopher Chin, Jeannie Chu, Pei-Yuan Cho, Kelvin Chow, Juliana Christensen, Christine Chuk, George Chung, Joyce Chung, Carolee Clayton, Brian Coe, Melissa Cook, Sean Craney, Michael Cropley, Michael Dahabia, Jacqueline Danisek, Shamili Dani, Anna Despotovska, Shalini Devi, Giovanna Di Sauro, Robert Drapla, Lindsay Dugas, Leanne Eng, Susan Eng, Parastu Farokiar, Brett Fafaro, Christopher Forsrod, Brent Gagnon, Robin Galloway, Shen Gao, Nazarin Gavam, Tristan Gilchrist, Sandy Gill, Jennifer Gillis, Cisco Gooding, Sandra Grad, Jacob William Groundwater, excuse me, Alice Guevara, Stephanie Gibault, Jessica Harris McCallum, Ali Hassania, Laura Hare, Michelle Higginson, Michael Hilling, Edward Hoey, Maya Horgas, Jason Sie, De Hu, Jim Huang, Yifan Huang, Victoria Hui, Wanshi Ali Hung, Angela Hussainkel, Melissa Ilagan, Jessica Ingram, Anthony Yu, Anita Jagpal, Gay Jin, Stacy Jones, Amy Jung, Hei Sung Jung, Kevin Kam, Kenny Q, Grace Kim, Ji Yun Kim, Jennifer Colodzier, John Kowalik, Jeff Crod, Julie Quo, Oliver Korzak, Terrence Kwok, Victor Lai, Bryn Laidlaw, Theodora Laliotis, Grace Lamb, Ryan Lay, Han Lam, Morgan Lam, Wing Lam, Hugh Langley, Michelle Langlois, Timothy Lefebvre, Andrew Lee, Clement Lee, Jaeun Lee, Vivian Lee, Connie Leung, Gigi Leung, Jonathan Leung, Jennifer Lee, Siu Leung, Zhou Li, Alan Liang, Lauren Liang, Jimmy Lim, Ting Fei Lin, Eva Liu, Karen Lowe, Roger Liu, Mila Lukic, James Lutley, Richard Lee, Chanli Ma, Renee Macus, Michael McMorran, Karen Magnuson Ford, Andrew Ma, Arshdeep Mangat, Gurdeep Manhas, Christopher Marafa, Houston Marsh, Michael McDermott, Ian McLean, Ashley McManus, Craig Malin, Jessica Metcalf, Jameson Millar, Angela Miller, Holly Mock, Lucky Mui, David Mulder, Armstrong Murira, Stuart Murray, Birinder Narang, Alexander Notaros, Jin Pike, Christo Payaron, Anshu Parajuli, Christy Parsons, Cynthia Pawson Johnston, Quan Chen Peng, Carmen Phillips, Thomas Pinter, Tak Poon, Alana Ramsey, Melissa Ramsey, Sunit Paul Randawa, Jeremy Ratcliffe, Sonia Ratan, Karen Rickards, Sarah Rogers, Diana Romanchik, Jonathan Rudy, Syed Ahmad Saboksayar, Dania Saeed, Sonu Sadav, Navroop Sandhu, Harvinder Sandhu, Jenna Santos, Amber Sondri, Devika Sharma, Anya Shen, Hsien Chie, Jacqueline Schreimer, Erica Simonson, Gunpreet Singh, Leah Smolar, Shannon Squires, Heather Stewart, Kyle Sway, Jin Yi Sun, Arminder Sinner, Luca Shigil, Valerie Tai, Andrea Tan, Andrew Tan, Kim Tenland Fernat, Catherine Thane, Haryordan Tiara, Kimberly Thompson, Marcus Tong, Sunny Tse, Nathaniel Tunnicliffe, Ruth Turnbull, Jennifer Urbaniak, Patrick Urekar, Travis Van Leven, Jacqueline Vapanik, Jaspreet Virdi, Derek Vokey, Thomas Wade, Sarah Weckelin, Carson Walker, Fen Wang, Tyler Wardle, Amy Weens, Jessica Williams, Alice Onke Wong, Ashley Wong, Jacqueline Wong, Tony Kaichun Wong, Tony Wong, Victoria Wong, Alan Wood, Frank Wu, Andy Yang, Mandy Yang, Vicky Yen, Tony Young, Tina Yu, Cheko Zhang, Nathan Zondervan,
Mr. Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Dr. Leslie Cormack, will announce the names of the candidates for undergraduate degrees in her faculty.
Okay. Mr. Chancellor, I now have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of General Studies in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Eliana Marisha, Carolyn Anderson, Azita Ardakani, Michelle Basra, Dawn Barreau, Tess Boone, David Boyle, Grant Berhau, Tony Kai, Matthew Carlson, Alana Carmichael, Antonia Caveza, Brian Chan, Sue Chang, Hock Yin Choi, Paula Chow, Philip Chow, Julie Davidson, Cindy DeCario, Enoch Deere, Gavin Elric, Kelvie Hansen, Chris Harrison, Laura Haig, Kin Luan Ho, Amara Ishmael, Judy Jan, Grant Jansen, Jennifer Jenkins, Tina Louise Kayon, Jacqueline Cazell, Tai Kim, David Kwan, Joyce LaKing, Alakan Lalji, Shelley Dawn Lang, Hai Lee, Chen Cheng Lee, Laura Lee Lester, Janice Leung, Paul Lewis, Yasmin Lotfi, Duncan Lowe, Sarah Mayer, Megan McLaughlin, Peter Muirhead, Carly Pinnell, Navita Ram, Irene Rogers, Amanda Shirley, Barrett Jang Berting, Elizabeth Corrigan, Lynn Harrison, Luke Lau, Irene Lai Chung Lo, Shannon Maloney, Dawn Murray, Rabia Naibajadi, Ernest Wohing Eng, Therese Paradis, Christy Rossignol. No, I need your card. Thank you. Jessica Sambolek, Sheena Sangster, Saylin Scott, Taryn Simonson, Joanne Slizyak, Chantel Smakowski, Laurel Standerwick, Ye Wan Su, Leah Taylor, Richard Tate, Kent Thompson, Gurpreet Tawana, Jennifer Winch, Carl Winter, Ali Wold, Andrew Wong, Clarence Wong, Robert Wood, Lori Woodhouse. Keith Yee. Leanna Zwick.
Mr. Chancellor, we move now to the presentation of some of the university's most prestigious awards, the Governor-General's Silver Medals. The Governor-General's Silver Medals are awarded to 2 undergraduate students judged to have the most outstanding record in the graduating class. The circumstances of the awarding of this year's Governor-General's medals are somewhat unusual. Not only are both recipients from the Faculty of Science, but they are both from the same department, molecular biology and biochemistry, each with an outstanding record of academic achievement and service. Ms. Crystal Prabhu and Ms. Tara Raskardani, I ask you both to join me. Ms. Prabhu and Ms. Raskardani both entered SFU as Shrum Scholars. They both maintained an outstanding level of academic achievement, and each has achieved a near-perfect grade point average of 4.3. Both of them did exceptional, high-quality research as undergraduates and made substantial contributions to research in molecular biology while at SFU, work resulting in authorship on groundbreaking scientific papers. Both have been extraordinarily active as volunteers and model citizens while at SFU, a record which continues now that they're in medical school. Ms. Prabhu at UBC and Ms. Raskardani at the University of Toronto. Ms. Prabhu, in recognition of your outstanding achievements, it is an honor to present to you the Governor-General's Silver Medal. Congratulations. And Ms. Raskani, in recognition of your outstanding achievements, it is an honor to present to you the Governor-General's Silver Medal. Will the graduating class please rise? I congratulate each of you on the completion of your degree, which is an outstanding achievement, and I ask your friends and family to join me in applauding the graduating class of 2008. Thank you, and now I invite you, the members of the graduating class, to reciprocate by applauding your family, friends, faculty and staff, all who have helped you achieve this goal. Thank you. Please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, this completes the formal awarding of degrees. Some candidates recommended by the Senate for degrees today are unable to be present, and their names have therefore not been read out. I now admit them to the appropriate degrees as shown on the program. I have several thank yous to express. First of all of you for joining us on a winter's day. To the many volunteer staff, faculty members, coordinated by the Student Services and Ceremonies and Events Offices who have worked so hard to run a very smooth Convocation Day, we thank you. And to the members of our 4-time world champion Simon Fraser University Pipe Band Organization for their special contribution to Convocation. They will perform after the ceremony in the square behind the platform. This brings to a close the formal part of this morning's Convocation, and you are all invited to attend a reception to thaw out to be held in the James Douglas Room behind the platform on your right following the ceremonies. Would you now please all rise and remain standing at your places until the platform party has recessed?